Man, did you hear they're remaking the Peanuts? They're making a Peanuts movie in CGI. I'm not gonna watch that. They're gonna be all modernized. Charlie Brown and Snoopy rapping and twerking and all that stuff. I don't wanna see that stuff. It's gonna probably look terrible. Oh my gosh! Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd. So when I first heard that they were gonna make a Peanuts movie, like many of you, I was very concerned. I've seen what you've done with Underdog and the Chipmunks and the Smurfs and Garfield. Don't touch Charlie Brown and Snoopy. And then when I heard it was gonna be CGI, I was like, oh my gosh, this is even getting worse. Although it could have been worse. They could have tried to do a live action Peanuts, which that would have been weird. What bald kid would be running around being Charlie Brown? Would you be going to hospitals being like, hey kid, I know you're terminally ill and have no hair on your head, but how would you like to play Charlie Brown? Then the teaser trailer came out. I'll put a link in the annotation or in the description below, and oh my gosh. I mean, I couldn't have imagined that this is the way they would do it. Even though it's CGI, even though it's 3D animation, they look like the classic Charlie Brown and Snoopy. It's a nice blend of how they would look hand-drawn versus how they would look in CGI. It's like this nice place in the middle, a 2.5D. It's the Yoshi story of cartoon reboots. They play that classic music, boom, 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 boom. And like the old cartoons, their animation is kind of limited, even though they could be moving around. It's kind of this almost stop motion style. And it's absolutely beautiful. So Bill Melendez, who was the director of a lot of the Charlie Brown specials, he also provided the voice of Snoopy in Woodstock. Now he passed away, but what they're doing for this movie is they're taking all of his original recordings from the Charlie Brown specials, they're sampling that, and that's going to be the voice of Snoopy in Woodstock in the movies. They're actually using the original Snoopy voice in the movie. Technology is awesome. Now some of you may have seen the teaser, but there's also been a couple articles written about it as well. Steve Martino, who's directing the movie, claims that all the locations, characters of Charlie Brown are going to be the same as we remember them. The pond, the wall. Lucy's still gonna have her booth with 5 cents for psychiatry help. My favorite quote is he says, "We won't see Charlie Brown whipping out an iPad." Paul Fig Newton, he even added to that saying that Snoopy is not gonna be rapping and none of the Peanuts are gonna be twerking. Though we gotta be honest, if you look at that original Charlie Brown dance, that kinda is the original twerk. Snoopy popped, dropped, and locked it before any rapper did. You can do all this all you want to, but once you start dancing like this, that's the original crunk for me. Get that dirt off your shoulder, Pigpen. I feel like it's been opposite week in Hollywood. Smurfs is getting rebooted, Charlie Brown is getting its original style, The Incredibles is getting a sequel. It's like, what? Have they actually been listening to people as opposed to, hey, I'm a marketing executive? This is amazing because look, when you mess up an 80s and 90s cartoon property, as much as it makes me mad, it's an 80s and 90s cartoon property. It's not like it has this longevity to it. It was kind of made for its time, whatever. But Charlie Brown, the Peanuts gang, you don't mess with that. That is classic. So you can't just be going around being like, hey, let's put a gold chain on Charlie Brown. And what I especially love about the way that they're doing this Peanuts movie is this proves that we can have CGI animation. I know hand-drawn animation is awesome and I love it, but just because something is CGI animation doesn't mean it all has to look the exact same. The fact that you're even using computers should already open up a world of possibilities of different ways that you can do animation. Once we got CGI, we were trying to make everything so realistic that we lost that, and that's what I loved about movies like Hotel Transylvania or The Croods. Even though it was done in CGI, you could tell it had that 2D animational style. Is that a word, animational? And that's what's going on here with Peanuts, so I can't be more thrilled about this. I really hope that they stay true to the classic Peanut style. I really hope that it's good, and I really hope that people will embrace it and go see it. Because sometimes the problem when movies try to get to that source material, try to stay close to that source material, then for some reason people don't go see it, and that's why we get our Chipmunks and our Smurfs and our Garfields. Poor Garfield. You're right there with Charlie Brown, having your holiday specials right along with him, and then what happened? But to be fair, Garfield fared out better than Marmaduke. So I look forward to seeing Charlie Brown on the big screen. I look forward to seeing Snoopy, Woodstock, Linus, Lucy, Peppermint Patty, Marcy, Pigpen, Violet. You guys don't know about Violet, do you? Schroeder, when I'm playing that Beethoven on that little tiny piano. And who's the girl with the naturally curly hair? That girl. And Charlie Brown or somebody in that movie has got to do the scream. You know what I'm talking about? The one where they put their head all the way back and their whole face is their mouth and they just go, ah! I just have one question. Will Franklin be in it? You gotta have Franklin in this movie. You only got one. You gotta use him. Unless you start making some new black characters. They'll just all be variations of Franklin. It'd be like Franklina, Frankfurt, Baby Frank, Frankenstein. Just a monster black dude. Swimming back. bad. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this Peanuts teaser trailer, and are you excited about this movie? And who's your favorite Peanuts character or favorite Peanuts special? It's time to turn on YouTube. It's time to hit the likes. It's time to subscribe to me on Black Nerd Tonight.